Hey guys, check out my smashed Z06. Just picked it up from the auction. It said it was a rollover, but I think it's more than that. The entire suspension's knocked out here. We got all the radiators, the reinforcement, the frame, and this entire side also knocked out. The good thing is the engine looks okay, but we'll have to wait and find out. Check out the wiring here. I don't know what they were thinking, but they tore off and cut the entire wiring harness there, along with the ECU. The windshield's smashed, and the convertible top has some damage, so we'll have to go ahead and fix this baby up. Alright, so we have the front end taken apart, aprons are off, all that suspension is taken off, the subframe is holding the engine. We have some damage here to the throttle body. Hopefully the supercharger is good. We have damage to the subframe right here. So that's gonna have to be replaced. The fiberglass panel back here, some wiring, some framework there, but the frame looks straight. The other thing we're worried about are all these wires, whoever cut these. Now that we have it all taken apart, I'm gonna go ahead and measure the frame rails. It looks like it lines up perfect. Perfect here and perfect right there. The frame is straight. Actually, the condenser still even has AC fluid in it. All the suspension's out. We're gonna have to replace the subframe next, and all the suspension's gonna come on, as well as the wiring harness and some of the fiberglass work in the back. But otherwise, engine looks good. There's no damage underneath. There's no damage to any of the frame rail, and we'll have to weld this front reinforcement bar. Other than that, it's gonna be sweet. We're replacing the subframe. This here is knocked out. The control arm was ripped out. It holds the engine by bolts here, right there, and two more on that side. We're gonna jack up the engine right here to hold it in place. That way we could take apart and take that subframe completely off. Oh, and by the way, don't try this at home. Today we're going to be hooking up the entire suspension here to the frame. We're going to bolt down the rack and pinion because we had that loose. We replaced the subframe. As soon as this is on, we'll do the other side and then move on with the wiring and the front reinforcement here next. On. She's sitting nice. Now we'll begin the process for the wiring. Here too. And then we'll start her up, hopefully. All right, here's the plug that was torn off in the accident. Here are all the wires. Fortunately for me, some of these wires are already bound together. So I can separate out these away from the rest and better be able to put them back together and do some soldering. All right, let's take this car in to the shop, get it reprogrammed, and to paint next. It's not going anywhere. All right, we got the Corvette at the shop here. We'll be taking off the rear panels, bumper for paint, as well as the front end. It's back from getting the ECU reprogrammed. We're gonna start working on the front reinforcement and the panels that go on the side here next. We have this thing all cleaned up, all the aluminum welds where we're gonna be welding. It's on each side of the rail at the bottom, and I'm gonna weld the top. We'll get this in here. And we'll weld all the way around on this side and make sure it's all leveled in. Our TIG welding aluminum, we got the torch here. We're feeding aluminum into the weld. I got a pedal right here that regulates how much power we're giving, and let's get into it. All right, check that out. All right, check out the welds here. Just gonna go ahead and clean that up a little bit. All right. Next, I'm going to be gluing these apron panels on. They're all fiberglass and they use dual component glue to bolt them and then glue them to the frame of that car on this side here as well. Same thing here, here, and on there. Got the harness out of the way. We've already measured them, so let's get them on. Both panels glued on. Here's that panel. And here's this one. Now it's starting to look more like a Corvette. Here are all the new parts going on to this Corvette right now. Got the new radiators, supercharger, cooler pump, air filter, fan shroud, wiper motor, and coolant bottles. All going in here. We have her put together here. Radiators are in. Just gotta fill her up with fluid and then see what happens. Moment of truth here. We have all the fluids in, the radiators are on. We have everything on the car to get it running. So let's go check it out and see if it runs. First time right here. No. Thank you guys for watching this first part of the rebuild. Like and subscribe. There's a lot of work, so stay tuned for the next episode.